guys. Welcome to Sober Talk. Tom Mabe here. You are here because you want to get sober. You need to get sober. Perhaps you've lost it all. You lost your family. You lost your job. You lost your kids. You lost your mental wellness. There's well, alcohol is scary. Either way, I'm glad you're here. So, how do you know if you got a drinking problem? If it causes problems. And I've quit many times. I've quit for 3 months, quit for 6 months, quit a year, even went 2 years, people. Went 2 years not drinking and thought, I got this. I'm good. I could go back out. Then took about a week before, you go, I'll just have a couple. And then next thing you know, it's 10 a.m., you're sneaking a beer, you're out in the garage, avoiding your family out there, doing some stuff in the garage. Got to clean up out here, got to build something, got to fix this stool, whatever it may be. So Joe Harris, 5 weeks. All right. Someone said 5 weeks. Good evening, Big Tom. That's Michael. Me. Hey, Michael. Bev Holland's here. Ted Watson's here. We've had a very interesting weekend, folks. We had someone in the group I had to put in timeout, and just so that individual could kind of just get their stuff together and kind of just not be such a poison to our group. You're here, man. We all count on each other. We hold each other accountable. We learn about our addictions. We learn about our alcoholism. We learn about maybe someone we love who has. Anyway, we need this to be a positive place, and it got worse after I put the person in timeout. A lot of bashing on social media. And that happens, but hopefully, as a group, we'll decide later if you guys want to reach out to the individual and see if they're back to some sort of. I mean, I don't mind if you're drinking on the show, but you just can't be mean to the group. You can't be. So, anywho, we're going to change the name of the show to Fat Talk. I've gained a bunch of weight. I was filming down in Franklin, Tennessee, Nashville, Franklin, and Leapers Fork. Anyway, we were filming, and we were filming a prank, and there was a reality show being filmed at the same time. It was called Chrisley's, or I don't know. Someone said, I put the video up, and it's someone said, that's Savannah Chrisley's or something. And then the whole crew was there. The whole family was there. Right? They didn't know we were filming. We didn't know they were filming. It was pretty daggone cool. So I got to go down there Friday night. Like I told you guys, I wasn't able to do a show Friday, and I didn't make it clear because no one heard me say it on Thursday night show when Jeff Graham was a guest. My apologies to that. My life has kind of been all sober talk because I'm 113 days or something right now. I got to look at my app. I'm kind of in this journey. We're on this journey together. I'm not some guy who's got 45 years of sobriety under his belt. I'm lecturing. No, I'm a guy who's struggling like all you guys to figure out. I always say this every show. Being alcohol-free is one thing, but being alcohol-free and happy, well, that's another thing. So let's get right to it, man. Let's start calling some people. So here we go. Let's try. Is that? I want to make sure I have, but we'll just go right at. But you know what? I'm not. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay, good stuff. Janet Durbin. Hey, Janet Durbin. How you doing? D.A. Cruz. Hey, buddy. It's Tom Mabe.
Hey, Tom. How are you, bud?
I'm good. Where am I calling? What state are you in? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles.
Yo, so you're the professional comedian that's been sober for like 6 years or 8 years?
It'll be 9 in April.
Wow! Congrats. So I knew this was you, but then I saw the area code and I didn't recognize it as being L.A. number.
Yeah, I'm originally from Central Illinois. That's where I got sober. So I've been out here in L.A. for almost 4 years now.
How do you like it?
I love it. I mean, I knew what I was getting into when I moved out here, so like I have no complaints like most people have.
Right.
I think LA is going to be LA no matter what, and everybody's leaving because of COVID, so I wave because it's not like LA is going to stop being LA.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so for like me, it was always,
I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing you. Are you on speakerphone, or are you in a bad spot? Are you going through the canyon? Are you driving through the canyon?
I'm standing outside. I was just pumping my bicycle tire up. Sorry, I'll step out a little farther so I can get better reception.
So tell us your story. What was your rock bottom? So it'd be 9 years, dude. That seems like impossible to me to be sober for 9 years. No slip ups in 9 years.
No, no. I don't know, man. My bottom for me was in 2011. I didn't want to live anymore, and I was on benders constantly. And I told some friends like at a party that I didn't feel like living anymore, that I wanted to kill myself. And they you can't really just say that without people freaking out.
Yeah.
So they took me to another place, like a party, and we sat, and I was like, I'm never drinking again. 2011 to 2012, I made it my New Year's resolution not to drink, but I was partying on the things, like extracurriculars, and I had a motto that there are more fun things to do than alcohol, so I did those things, and then when people would ask me, I would tell them it's my New Year's resolution, so they would get off my case.
Gotcha.
And I was still doing stand-up and things like that, so it just kind of became a thing. Like, I would just be high on pot and do stand-up. I'm like, oh, this is great. And then, closer to the year, I was like, well, it is my New Year's resolution. I'm going to drink again.
So let me interrupt, because this conversation deserves all the attention that we can give to it, and we have a really, really bad connection. Can we schedule a call again when you're maybe in a better location or something? Because we're getting every other word.
Yeah, I can try to call you right back. I think I'll step outside.
Won't you? Okay, you want to text me when you because I want to go to. We're live, so I don't want any downtime. And if you call back,
I didn't know that. I apologize,
no,
man.
no worries, no worries. But no, I really want to.
Here,
I want to test it.
you want me to text this number?
Yeah, text me when you're in a good place. I'll go to another call real quick, and I'll call you, or unless you just want to stay on the phone.
All right.
Yeah, all right. Text me your number. All right, buddy. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Sorry about that, guys. I really wanted to, because he's a comedian, I'm a comedian. I wanted to see the challenges that he had, with the drinking, and I will call him back after we. But yeah, anyway, I was filming and I saw my 7-month pregnant body. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta. Just because you quit drinking don't mean that you have to start eating everything. Captain Crunch berries every night, a box or two. I don't know.
Hello.
Hey, it's Tom Mabe with Sober Talk. How are you?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, buddy? Tell us your story. What's going on? What state am I calling? 50. Where's you?
We're out in Boise, Idaho.
Boise, Idaho. I didn't think that place existed.
Yeah.
There is. It really is a Boise, Idaho.
There's a Boise and there's a Kuna, Idaho.
Okay. So I bet what was so are you sober now, or are you
Oh yeah.
How long you been sober?
Probably 9-10 months.
Wow. Congrats.
Yeah. Not a whole long time.
Okay.
So what about you? What's your I'm a huge fan. Like, I've followed you all.
That was you? I was wondering who that fan was.
Who was the one guy following?
No, well, thank you
so much. He was my
much.
one stalker.
Well, no, my deal was just your typical. I don't have a drinking problem, and then all of a sudden the drinking problem became a bigger problem than the problems I was trying to push back, and
right.
And I just was a god awful husband, a god awful father. My health started getting really, really bad, like this alcohol-induced cardiomyopathy. And, but
so you were drinking.
I think I hear people on the program. We have some people here who drink, like a half gallon of vodka a day, and I was like 12 beers a day, and most every day. So I would hide it very well, and then I would, I switched to near beer, and at least my wife thought I switched to near beer. I would on the way home, I walk in with like an old Jules or something like, oh, so she smelled the beer breath from earlier. She
Yeah.
knows, that. But that's what.
But she knew.
Yeah, of course she knew.
So all of your comedy videos, were a lot of those when?
I was intoxicated. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I shot this weekend. I
Okay.
shot 4 videos in Nashville, Tennessee, and Franklin, and
Okay.
it was very interesting to be um,
Sober.
to be sober doing that. Real quick, I want to
Oh.
reply real quick here. I just want to reply. There's Dan White. I think Dustin Stovall. I got the comments over here. I switched over to a different page.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
it says, Dan White, I see you listening and looking at your monitor. Just curious if you are paying attention. Yes,
Yes.
yes. I am Dan White. So anyway, so I'm trying to. I'm multitask. I don't have a producer yet, so
Oh man.
So I'm doing two jobs here. So a lot of people have
No,
questions.
absolutely.
So
Your
yeah.
videos have inspired so many, like little, I don't know what you call them, but almost like copycats, or they're looking at the car and going, whatever.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
look at that.
but tell me, how, I appreciate it, but we're live, and I want to talk to you about
Yes, sir.
sobriety.
Yes, sir.
I want to hear about
Okay.
your journey. Yeah, so the answer, I've done so many pranks drunk. I really, it's embarrassing. There's one called the Epic DUI prank where a guy we knew had 5 DUIs, and we put him in a hospital room, and we woke up. We told him he had been in a coma for 10 years. And and I was pretty buzzed during that shoot because we didn't know what was going to happen. And my buddy called, "Hey, he's passed out." I'm like, "All right, I'll be over at the office." So anywho,
Oh,
but to answer your question,
no.
so what was your weapon of choice? Was it alcohol? Was it drugs?
So you know what? I actually varied. To be honest, I was in the military during September 11th. I was 101st Airborne.
Okay.
And I now have a metal leg. So, like my unit, our own guy threw a grenade in our HQ tent. And
Your own
blew
guy?
up
What was it? An accident?
Yeah.
Or was it?
No, it was purposeful. Like if you look back in the news in Kuwait, you'll see a guy threw a grenade in his HQ tent. Well, he blew up Colonel Hodges and blew up us. He didn't. It was literally they left it completely taped off and everything for like several weeks. So all the new soldiers, they'd walk by and they'd see this big old giant devastation area from a grenade, and then he was a Muslim sympathizer, basically.
Okay. Wow. Sorry about that. So you now did that trigger even more drinking?
Oh yeah. So I mean, I used to have a thing like I taught the military how to drink. I drink a fifth of whiskey a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did something bad happen? Did you have like a real bad rock bottom or anything, or?
No, I think I just got. So I have a metal right leg,
Mhm.
and I think between the doctors prescribing like a ton of opioids and the drinking, like it took me years to get even halfway a hold of myself. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So, I was out of control. I would take, not as bad as some of my buddies, but, there'd be, you could pop, 30, 60 milligrams of oxy and then drink a fifth of whiskey and, we were out of control.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I get it. I get it. So did you have to get like medical help to sober up and drink?
I did. Yes.
So tell me,
So-
take me through that. Tell me about that.
Okay, so basically, a buddy of mine was like, "Well, hey, I'm on this new stuff that they prescribed me, and it was called like buprenorphine." And so that took me. I was probably on it for a couple of years
Okay.
before I was able to even able to get sober.
So was it medication designed to get you sober or to help you wean you off the alcohol?
It was actually designed to get off opioids.
Like a naltrexone. I think it tricks the receptors in your brain to think, not be able to get the high.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, and this one focuses on the endorphins, I believe. It's called like Suboxone or buprenorphine, something like that. And so if you go and talk to your doctor about that, honestly, that was probably the one thing that saved my life, to be honest.
Was that medicine?
Yep.
Well, good. And,
Yep.
and did you have to check into any kind of facility, or did you do all this at home?
It was outpatient. It was all outpatient because I've been self-employed ever since I got out of the military, I've been self-employed. So taking time off it just isn't going to happen. Even nowadays,
Now, let me ask you, are you married? Are you married?
I am single.
Okay.
I have a girlfriend,
Gotcha.
but not married.
And the reason why I ask, I want to go to a comment we have here. Bradley Stocks, Bradley Williams says, what helped me was my spouse said, I'd leave you if you don't quit drinking. By God's grace and strength, I quit within 48 hours. Walking 2 miles in the morning and evening helped keep me motivated. Don't be afraid to reach out by talking to someone. Makes a difference. I was drinking 7 days a week, thousands of dollars a week at bars. Oh my gosh. Kind of put your friends in perspectives. Yeah. When you're not filling their pockets anymore, the bars are enabling the problem I had. I pray for anyone.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
And what else? He prays.
He said, I pray for anyone to have the strength to reach out and get help. Be strong, be brave, be sober. Yeah, ultimatum. And a lot of times, my wife checked out a couple like Al-Anon meetings and she realized, she said, I should have given you the ultimatum years ago,
Right.
So.
Well, I think one thing I wish that people like spouses might understand is that when it gets down to the nitty gritty, love isn't even a thing. It takes help. You have to ask for help. And now that we're getting smarter on how the brain works, the medications are there. Even my brother, he got help.
Okay.
So normally quitting in that 48 hours, I give him props. I couldn't have done that, and I'm an ex-airborne. I couldn't have done it.
Yeah.
So, I don't want people to think that, hey, because this guy did it, like I can go and get sober and just by doing this.
Yeah, you got it.
Don't be afraid.
You got to seek medical attention too, man. Do not try to white knuckle it. You went to the doctor, so you did an outpatient thing, and good for you. Hey, I'm having issues with my phone. I'm going to cut this one short. We got about a minute left. Anything else you want to say or anything?
Okay. No, I think if anybody needs help, just have them literally go talk to their doctor and just get on that medication that's made to fix.
Turn off to help you wean you off. Yeah, just ask your doctor for medical. So, buddy, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Tom, you good luck, and I'm a huge fan.
Thanks. All right, but talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye. Okay, bye.
All right. So, man, the phones are sounding kind of weird tonight. Let's try. Let's see. Let's try this guy here. I really want to get someone good that we can hear them and we can.
Hello, this is Rob Montgomery.
Daggone it! Why does he keep on doing that to me? He always tells me to call him, and it goes right to voicemail. So all right, let's go to let's try William Davis here. And I was wanting to talk to Ez. Ez, if you're available for a call, a little Ez Uniga, I would like to talk with you.
Hello?
Hey, it's Tom Mabe. How are you?
Doing all right. How you doing, Tom?
I'm good. I catch you at a decent time. We're live on Sober Talk.
Perfect. Yep, good timing for me.
So tell me your story, man. How long have you been sober?
Just been sober recently, about 6 months in May.
All right, so I need you to talk right into the phone. I'm having issues with my phones tonight, so if you could talk into the phone, and that would help me out tremendously.
Oh, all right. Can you hear me better now?
That's good. Much better. Thank you.
All right. So yeah, I've been sober for about 6 months now. Really wasn't heavy into did a bunch of drugs. Did quite a bit of drinking. I guess about 10 years ago now. Was really a heavy pot user since I was about 14. Worst thing is I was doing it constantly, no matter what I was doing, going out, going to work, running out to my car on a break from work to go out and get a little quick fix. I never really found that balance of being able to live sober.
Yeah. You think you were self-medicating to try to be happy with the drugs and alcohol?
Yes, 100% yes. I was constantly bullied throughout my younger years in school, and I got in with a bad group of people, and everybody was doing it. And I quickly became the guy that was always messed up. And when you're out in public with people, with new people, and you want to make a good impression, and yet you got people coming up to say, "Hey, man, I saw you at that party. You were so messed up." And
Yeah.
it's quite embarrassing when you can't remember them either.
Oh, that's really, really bad when you see someone sober or you meet someone at a business. I remember meeting someone at a after party of a movie and talked to this person in depth about an opportunity for me. And it was a movie premiere in New York, Radio City Music Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And got the call, and I don't recall the conversation we had. So it's a waste of money. It's a waste of life. It's a waste of career, man. Real quick, I was talking about ultimatums earlier, and Carl Martin says ultimatums do not work for the real alcoholic. 2 6-packs a day is close to becoming becoming in trouble, but is an ultimatum a helper? Ultimatums do not help the last stage alcoholics. Just a thought. We were talking about ultimatums earlier, where his wife gave him one, and he quit drinking within 48 hours.
Oh, yeah. Look, power to him.
Yeah, right.
Power to him on that. I mean, I remember being young and copping alcohol. I sat one night and finished the whole handle of Captain Morgan. And usually when you call your exes enough and start crying on the phone, that's when you know you should really turn it off then.
Oh, those are the worst, man. Yeah, if you feel like you have lost all self-respect for yourself, maybe you don't, but you haven't lost enough. Yeah, get drunk and start calling. I call family members I've had fights with, and screw you, man. Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah.
It's so embarrassing, and you know what? And we forget about those. We forget about those. I think everybody needs to record themselves while they're drunk, and just every time they feel like they want to go have a drink, go, nope, look what could happen. Check this out.
Yep. No. You're right.
Did you ever go to jail or get a restraining order or anything from drinking?
Luckily, no. Luckily, I've been very lucky. The worst thing I is just spending massive amounts of money when I could have been saving and selling a lot of my stuff just to even get a small little bag of pot just to get through the night.
So
that was the worst part.
You were so addicted that you couldn't even sleep without.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's been to the point where I've never had stomach pains in my whole entire life. I looked it up, and there's apparently something out there. If you smoke too much, you start getting really bad intestinal problems. And I mean, I was every day, pretty much every single day, and I just started getting these stomach issues, feeling sick, not being able to sleep at night because of it. Smoking more wouldn't help with it, and ever since I've stopped, I rarely have any issues now.
All right. Well, hey, I gotta let you go. The phone connection is god awful. I don't know what's going on. Are you in a bad area? Are you on a speakerphone? Or you? I'm just.
Nah, it's about the storm here, so.
I didn't know. I'm trying to figure out if it's on my end or what. But the past 3 callers, it's just been total crap connections, and well, how disappointing is that? How disappointing is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you got a compression on your voice, and it cuts out during the words. So. All right, buddy. Yeah. I'll talk with you soon. Thank you. Jeez Louise. And I don't, I gotta be honest. I feel like people are smoking and they're coughing and they're trying to talk and they're outside and they're sucking in. I'm not sure that it's me. What do you guys? Is every call been awful, or if I'm just in a mood because I haven't slept a whole lot? Everybody, let's see. Beth Holland says everybody told me that I was the life of the party all through high school. I frankly don't remember any of it. So true. So yeah, let's. I want to call. As if I call you, will you definitely be in um a good area? You think? Is it going to be um, let's try. And then I've been out of town for a couple of days. We do have another show of people that come in this room, but I don't think they don't use this gear. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm frustrated because every caller I've had, uh, I could not hear very well, and I don't know if it's.
Can you hear me?
I hear you fine so far.
Okay.
If you
All
walk
right.
if you go outside and start smoking a cigarette and
No, I don't smoke,
oh,
so we should be good. I'm not going to cough or anything like that.
so let's you sent me an email talking about how
Mhm.
you're kind of starting to go okay, enough's enough with your drinking,
Mhm. Yeah.
and you have you, what a and it was very the email really caught my attention. I get a lot of emails, but your email really caught my attention. Give us tell us what's going on and what happened.
So I don't recall when I was on your show the first time, and
Been about a month and a
that
half, yeah.
okay, and that time when I was on there, I wasn't truthful. Um,
Mm,
and even that night, I had already had a couple of shots, just to what do they say, smooth out the edges.
yeah.
Um, so basically, everything, I think 80% of everything that I said that night was not true.
You don't
And
know
then
how
also,
that
I just
why
want to tell you,
go ahead.
that, like I've been telling you, my other half, Ken Klosterman,
Uh-huh.
um, he's been very supportive, and he's also on the Sober Talk listening. So
Good.
he wants to know how is this going to, help me.
Right.
I'm just trying to find any avenue that can help me at this time.
Well, it's
So,
first of all, the whole the alcoholism is cunning, baffling, and powerful, and we've
hmm
all lied about it. There's people who've been on,
hmm
I can tell by their messages that they're drunk. I've done it. Oh, I'm
yeah,
fine. I'm fine. Oh no, I'm fine. I'm fine. And I'm drinking while I'm on the phone with them. No, I'll quit that. I'll quit that. It's really, uh, it's you know, it's it will make you do that because it's a powerful.
hmm
That's why they say you got to turn it over to a power that's greater than you. You've done it on your own. They call it self will. And a lot of times, that's why with the AA, there's a lot of programs out there. The one I'm working right now, I'm working the steps, and it's free, and I'm getting a lot out of it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this is BS, but I think when you turn it over to a higher power, and that could be the universe, that could be your kids, that could be Ken,
hmm
your better half. Is that his name, Ken?
yes,
Yeah, it, and there's a lot of people. If you join our private group, there's so many people in there who've been sober for a long time. There's people like me just kind of getting sober now, uh, but it's really you. They say you try it self will, not try it God's will, and just
yeah,
realize that hey, the first step of AA is like you admit that you are powerless over alcohol, and wow, I mean, for you to say that you lied, you said
yeah,
80% of the stuff the first time you were on the show, and I
hmm
remember you. Obviously, I talked to a whole lot of people, who will email and be on the show and stuff like that. But I remember you, and we've talked. So yeah, that what how much are you drinking today?
no. At 9 o'clock, it'll be 48 hours.
Okay,
Um, what my plan is and what is giving me strength is my kids.
your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't do it for yourself, do it for them, huh?
No, I want to do it for myself too.
No, I know, but if you, yeah,
Like I said,
it makes it a little.
we
when you-
had a
Go ahead.
we had a long talk on Sunday, and they really opened my sorry, my phone is ringing. They really opened my eyes to how much I have denied that I am an alcoholic. And they didn't exactly tell me. Let me hang up this phone.
Sure. We're talking to Ez, and she had a talk with her kids, and she told us that the last time she was on the show, she lied about how much she was drinking and was actually drinking while she called in and said that she was okay. I get it. I've been there.
So
Go ahead.
yeah, so it took a lot for me to tell them that I am an alcoholic. I hide my liquor, and I think that they're stupid and they don't know. But my son called me out on it on Sunday and told me, Mom, every time you walk away from the kitchen or you walk away from wherever, we know what you're doing. We know you're drinking. And I told him, I said, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. And they offered to help me any way that they can. So, and the only reason why I'm crying is because I was finally honest with them and with Ken as to how much I was really drinking.
That's Michael Meehan is finally getting honest. That's an amazing start.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's
So my steps is basically going to be, I've already made a doctor's appointment, and with you guys talking about the medication to wean somebody off, I've always known about it, but I've never taken advantage of it. So that's one of the things that I'm going to request. And then I'm also going to get involved with other support groups.
yes.
And Kim's always telling me to get a hobby, because I was stuck, or, I don't know if I am still, but obviously I don't have anything else to do other than I was just doing the drinking. Come home from work, drink.
Did you ever drink at work?
No. And that's one thing that Ken asked me last night, and he says, I want you to be honest. Have you ever done it before you go to work or during work? And I swear on my dad's soul in heaven, no, never. But I was honest with them about how much I actually do drink, and I hide it. Ken already knew how much I drank, but for him to hear it and actually, me come out with the truth, it was, I think it's a step closer to him believing in me. I know I've said it before, I need to do something, but I haven't done anything. And I think with how open I have been with, or I was with my kids on Sunday, I think this is, I see it's going to work.
Yeah, and
I told Ken today that, just driving by liquor stores today, I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh my God, how much time have I wasted? How much money have I wasted? I am not even craving anything right now. I'm just looking for me to do it. Me to come back on your show, like even 30 days from now and say, I'm 30 days sober. I mean, that's going to be a huge step for me.
so you're what I would probably consider a very functioning alcoholic. You're still working.
Yeah, and that's,
You still have your family. Now, Ken, does Ken drink as much as you?
no, not at all.
Okay.
And I don't know, I mean, did you know what those boots are instead of the shooters
No.
of alcohol?
A boot?
So it's a shot. Yeah, they're called boots.
Okay.
So it's either a shot or it's either the boots, which is a step higher.
Okay.
And so that's what I was drinking. I usually would drink like 4 of those, and on a bad night, I would drink 6 of
You have 6 shots of what?
them. Southern Comfort.
That's like a whiskey type thing, bourbon
Hmm.
type thing. Okay.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Let's read a couple of comments that we're getting here. Bev Holland says 48 hours is awesome. It's an awesome beginning. You can do it.
Thank
I
you.
promise it's hard, but however, I definitely promise it is so worth it, and it is worth it. And
Yeah.
that David, let's see here. Michelle Hutton said you can sober for literally anyone or anything, just as long as you take that first step and admit you have a problem, and you get just one
Yeah.
day, and it turns into 1.5 days, 1.5 days, then 2 days. And with our support here at Sober Talk and our private group, we can help you stack more into your 2 days. Keep your head up, girl. We got you. That's Michelle Hutton. She's a everyone, Bev and Michelle, everyone on this page here. This is just for people who are trying to get sober and people who are
Yeah.
maybe they have a loved one. We've had people like Ken call in about their spouses. So
Hmm.
it's sober talk is someone we love or us personally are having problems and wow.
Yeah. I really appreciate that those comments because they go a long way, and it really is. Um, it, I'm really appreciative for Ken being on Sober Talk, because that shows that he wants me to live.
Oh, yeah, you will
Because if
die
I
if you're doing
continue on the
six
path,
boots in a night and you're saying a boot is more than a shot.
yeah,
We had a caller, Brian, and I've talked to Brian. I don't know if you listened the other night. Brian wanted to jump off a bridge, and Brian would do 2 shots in the morning and 3 shots at night. That's what he told me. If he's an alcoholic like I was, he'd probably do 4 shots in the morning and 12 shots, night, whatever. I always just assume that people downplay. Like when you go to the doctor, how much you drink? Oh, I just drink on the weekends. Oh, I'm drinking on the way
oh
over
yeah,
here.
no, I've lied to my doctor. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah, yeah.
no, that's exactly what I would do because I know I have to get up in the morning. So my usual would be 4. So it's not the shot, it's the boot, which is a double, I guess.
Jeez, Louis. And Dan White says, I can't wait till tomorrow night when you tell us you got through another 24 hours. Um,
Yes.
and here's the thing. Brian Early says, praying for all of you. When you fall, get back up. Sometimes you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Um, but here's something too that I want to bring up to you. You got don't feel like a failure. I have a good friend here on Sober Talk here. I don't know his name. No, I'm teasing. David. David would talk and say that he called. He said, I was 9 days in. I went out. And David's listening right now. Went out with some friends at work, and he had a drink or two or something, a shot of Jägermeister, I think what it was, and he just beat himself up over it. And he was honest. He called me. He said, "Hey man, I messed up." And I'm like, man, yeah. Here's how I just want to give you a heads up that you may mess up. I think it's part of it. Slipping doesn't mean that you fall. If you spend, you know, 2 years or working on this Chevelle in your garage and you restored this thing from the frame up and you pull it out of the garage and right when you pull it out you get a ding in a fender. You don't start from
Hmm.
scratch. Don't go shit. God, I might as well just drink. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They'll go and they'll have a shot. I'm not giving you. I hate to say it's part of recovery, but because people use it as an excuse, it's very dangerous. Oh, it's part of recovery.
Yeah.
I'll just go ahead. It's part of it. But then all of a sudden, you're drinking more than you're not drinking. But if you do have a little ding in your car, you don't have to get the whole damn car painted. Don't. In a couple weeks it may. And Ken's got to keep. But you cannot do this by yourself. You have to have something.
No, definitely.
Got to have structure. I'm getting up. I'm walking a mile with my kid every day. I do sober talk
Yeah.
every night at 8. I'm doing all these different things. Right now, I'm going to start doing sit-ups. I want to do 9,000 sit-ups a day because I'm fat. But get some kind of routine and you know try some kind of program.
Yeah.
Some kind of sobriety program. I don't want to be a big book thumper, but the steps work. We talk a lot about the steps on this show, but there's a lot of people who hate AA. I hated it for years, so I get that as well. So we just try to take a little
I didn't
different
like
approach.
it. I tried it. I
Yeah,
tried it and I didn't like it.
did you? Well, yeah, and I kept on going to the same meeting, over the courses of a couple 3 years. I just kept on going by. I can't find the right meeting, and I go to a different time. I never found the right meeting. I finally found a Zoom meeting that I like really well. And it's really early though, but you can find you could Google Zoom AA, and you can find meetings going on all the time. Sober Talk is like a diet AA meeting. We're not as I would go to some AA meeting like, damn, God, give me a freaking drink now. This sucks. It made me want to drink. It really did. It was awful. So so that is just so great. So what does Ken say? What's his what's his take?
Well, when I came home today, he wanted to know when was the last time I had a drink. So I told him specifically it was on Saturday about 9 o'clock. And so he's just like counting the hours. Okay, so 6 o'clock is going to be 20, what is it, 40, 46 hours, 47 hours sober. So he's very supportive. I mean, he's on my side. He's going to give me all the support that I need.
Mm-hmm.
I did tell him today it's a little overwhelming when he keeps going on because it sounds like he's antagonizing the situation. So I'm just like, one compliment is enough. I just don't want to hear it over and over and over because I just feel like, does he not trust it, or does he not believe that I can do
They
it?
just don't know how to act around us, and because they want us to do it. They want to be supportive, and then it's not their fault. We've been
I
drunk around
know.
them for
Yeah.
they're trying to do the right thing, and look at all the things that we've how do we have the audacity to say to quit acting like that when you're when we're drunk most of the time, and you got drunk about every day,
Yeah.
right? Were you drinking every day?
Yep. The majority of them.
You guys will find your
I
groove.
think I can.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I think the only time I haven't drank, I mean, there has been, a couple of days here and there, but I couldn't tell you exactly. But I can tell you that it was about a couple of weeks in last October because I had to go to the hospital for my iron. And that's the longest that I had gone.
Wow. Yeah, I know one of our viewers reached out to me today, and she has COVID, and she's sick as a dog, and she says she's not drinking. So it's pretty bad when you know. I think she's a smoker too. But yeah, maybe don't smoke nor drink because if you have COVID, that could really that could just exasperate the whole thing. That could really heighten the effects. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, someone says don't worry about 30 days. Just get through today. And Carl always says that. Carl says, you know what? I could drink tomorrow, but today I'm not drinking. And that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Don't drink. But then when you wake up tomorrow, go, no. But, well, that's, um, that's big. That's big. And what about your kids? How old are your kids? And I mean, have you drank a lot of their life away?
No, no. I mean, then this just really just started like heavily, like within the couple of years. Because the one thing that I did tell you that was true, I did have a fallout with my sister. And after that happened, I did start drinking a lot more. But I blamed it on her, on the show. And really it wasn't. I just took out my frustration that we are no longer talking on her.
Okay.
But yeah, no, with my kids, they're 17, 18, and 28. They just don't like when I drink. I mean, it was true when I told you that when I do drink, I don't know how to say, okay, I'm only going to have two.
Yeah, that's
It's gonna be until I pass
most people
out.
are listening right now. What? Because they can't have just one or two. We have an allergy. I don't know if it's an allergy, if it's a disease, if it's voodoo, if it's ghost or whatever. But we just freaking can't drink. I hate when people get in arguments.
Yeah.
It's not a disease. What? I don't care. I can't do it.
Mhm.
That's a sign of an alcoholic, that you can't just stop. You can't you
Yeah.
can't just have two. Why can't you just have two drinks? Like, who in the hell wants two drinks? There's no purpose for two drinks. That's stupid. It's crazy talk. They say alcohol addiction or anything, it kind of derives from like some kind of abandonment or trauma as a child. Did you have any a bad childhood or anything?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I did see my uncle drink every day. It's a situation where we came from Mexico
Mm-hmm.
and he brought us to the United States because my dad passed away. And in Mexico, it wasn't going to be a life for us.
Gotcha.
So he took us in, and my mom and him ended up having an affair while my dad was still alive in Mexico. And then they brought it to the United States. Um, he was an alcoholic, and he would come and beat up my mom
I would say that
maybe
doesn't.
5 times out of the week.
Well, let's back up. You say not really, but you did. Yeah, no, that's trauma. To see your mom and to know that your mother is getting beat up. What if Ken
Yeah.
if Ken beat you up? If he got, what do you think it'd affect your kids?
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, definitely. They wouldn't put up with it.
Right.
I think
So,
they're a different generation, but
but no,
back
that's
then, I
that's
mean, it was,
definite. That's definite trauma. If you're seeing your mother, So I've really, like I said earlier before you came on the phone, I said, being alcohol free is one thing, but being alcohol free and happy is another thing, and happy and healthy. But until you realize,
yeah,
someone posted something in the group the other day about the fourth and fifth step, and I was like, oh, I loved it. It was from the Big Book, and it's talking when you write down your resentments, and you finally realize a lot of it's you, and you can't
hmm
really. You're going to continue to self-medicate until you fix you. And I don't think that you think that if you're broken or not, but I mean I do think you have stuff in your, that's not a normal childhood. That's not. I do
yeah,
think that you possibly have stuff in your past that contributes, maybe hereditary. If it's in your family, your uncle was an alcoholic. Um, but the goal is to be happy and not have to have a drink. The goal is for me is to enjoy my family, enjoy putting the Christmas tree up, and not
yeah.
trying to uh, you know uh, what I mean, and not have to.
And I do that. We do enjoy, we're putting up Halloween decorations and enjoying all the holidays. But in the process, I'm drinking, and they would rather me do it sober so that we can have conversations that I'm going to remember the next day. Because I'll tell them something, hey, you guys, we're going to go eat breakfast tomorrow. And then the next day they'll be like, Mom, what time did you say we were going to eat breakfast? And I'm like, I said that. And that's just become a pattern where they just have to keep reminding me. And that's a huge embarrassment right there.
Yeah, and how many times did I leave my kids hanging? I mean, not like well, I'm gonna pick you up, and we'll go fishing, nothing like that, but we're gonna do
Hmm
this, we're gonna do that,
Yep.
it never happened. So I'm really trying hard to get structure in my life and with my family, and I can't give them back. I can't go back and undo the bad that I did. I never,
Yeah.
there's different levels of badness. I've never hit my kid or anything, but I've passed out, when the friends are over in the chair, and
Yeah.
I've been drunk on Christmas, Christmas Eve, Christmas, Thanksgiving, President's Day. It doesn't matter what the day was. I mean, it's like, and all my friends are drinkers. They're all just like, hey, let's drink. Stiller's playing, let's go drink. Let's go. It's just a way of life where, I brought a bunch of factory workers. And we just drink, and it would, and I didn't think I had I didn't think I had a bad childhood until I was talking to my therapist. I said the same thing you said. I said, yeah, I'm a single mom, so I mean, this is pretty normal stuff. She goes, Tom, that's not normal at all. That's definitely a level of trauma, you know.
Mm.
Uh, so and it comes in all sizes. We had there's someone the other night that witnessed. Who was it? Was talking to someone. I think it was Jennifer, where her mom got killed, and
Mm.
And I'm like, well, that's not, got murdered, and I think it was like about the stepdad or something. It's on one of these shows. I have to go back on this, but it was a, we were all kind of a bunch of, this is kind of like dysfunction junction. I think I'm gonna change it from
Yeah.
sober talk to dysfunction junction. But it's the goal here is for us. Drinking is just a symptom. There's a thing called there's a thing called RID, restless, irritable, and discontent. And drinking is just a symptom of rid of our where we're wired, and we drink to self-medicate. So as soon as you can figure
Hmm.
out why you're restless, why you're constantly irritable, and why you're just I'm discontent. I want something better. I want something new. I hate this house. I hate my wife. I want something new. I want something fresh. I want something fun. Whatever it may be. Until you figure out how to be heavens where you stand, you know, you're going to constantly, you're going to drink to deal with it. So I
Yeah.
hate that for all of us. But Dustin Stovall says he was drunk Saturday for his daughter's 16th birthday. Yeah, that's a tough one, Dustin. Dustin, you put your number in here earlier, I think. Uh, but yeah, I really, I just don't want you just quitting. The thing you've heard people say, oh, he's a,
No, I'm not.
yeah,
I'm not. Definitely not.
you've heard the
I think
term,
it really helped, like I told you, to be honest.
oh,
Because
golly, you
I
have
wasn't
to
being
be.
honest with
Yeah,
myself, and I wasn't being honest with them. And now I feel like I've opened up a book. Ken suggested, that I talk to my friends so that they're aware of the problem and that I'm not enabled.
yeah,
And I've reached out to my uncle, not the one that passed away that was an alcoholic, another one that was an alcoholic, but he's like been alcohol free for over 25 years. But be honest with my family too, because I've always told them that I don't have a problem, and they know I have a problem. So I want to talk to them also next.
I don't, Dan White just made a comment. It says, Tommy, a suggestion. If you lean toward alcohol during her time of suffering, you are stealing precious time from her and yourself by not being there for her. Just a suggestion. So I don't know if he's talking about you or for my daughter or this other. So, oh no, this is for Tommy Wilson. I think. I'm sorry. There's different Tommies in here. But yeah,
Mm.
I think that it was for Tommy Wilson. I get it. I'm sorry. Tommy Wilson says his mom's in a nursing home. They just found out she has stage 3 kidney failure. No way of seeing her. So this has been a rough. This has been especially rough. Everything else is going with everything else going this year. I've had drink here and there, but I could easily see myself at the bottom of a bottle if this keeps up. I want to be honest too. When you said that when you called in that day and you said you know that when you called in the show, I was drunk that day. Yes, I was on the show. I'm teasing. I'm sorry. Is that? I'm sorry I'm sorry. I didn't mean. Sometimes I use humor to deal with bad moments, and this, my therapist is really concerned about me doing this show because there's a lot of sadness and there's a lot of things. And I said, no, I try to laugh it off. She said, yeah, you're just self-medicating with your jokes. But so what's you go? When do you go back to doctor tomorrow?
Oh no, it's not until next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah,
And that
because I have to do my blood work and basically be honest with her too and tell her, what my drinking was. But she's gonna see it on the blood report.
well, if you here's some things.
Unless I keep clean until then.
if you keep clean, but it doesn't matter. You want them to see. It's kind of like
Right.
quitting. It's kind of like right now. If you went to the doctor, do you drink? No, I don't drink. I mean, he doesn't know that you. Oh,
Yeah.
I quit drinking a day and a half ago. But it's you still. I've done that. I've gone to the doctor when I was in one of my little, you know, but I really hope that you find some Zoom meetings, some other support groups, and
I
so
am.
so. But
I
man,
am.
join our group here. I'm a I'm a Neanderthal. I'm a babbling idiot. So don't, I have a heart. I'm just pulling people together so we can all hold each other accountable and whatnot. But there's people in this group who've had been through a lot of therapy and a lot of rehabs and just treatment centers and this and that, and they can spot when something, like my therapist, she says I love sober talk. She's an addiction therapist, and she's very good at what she does. And she says she worries about things that are triggers, and not just
Yeah.
the show being a trigger, but other, just things in my life. I got a place on the beach, and I was going to go do a guys trip down there, and I put it out here on the show. I say, hey, I asked people in the group, I said, what do you guys think it's okay for me to possibly do do a guys trip? I'll be okay. I'm not drinking. I'll be okay. I can go down. They're like, no, you can't go down there and play golf and so
Mm.
lean on the group. They're definitely going to be here for you, and they're going to and be cool with Ken. Ken's got to find it's better than him for it's better than him not saying anything. And you guys will find your
Yeah,
groove. You'll
definitely.
find your groove, your sobriety groove, and you're going to go through some cranky. I used to get sober, and my wife go, God, every time you stop drinking, you get like this. Well, that didn't help. That didn't help. Oh
Well,
my
I'm cranky either way, so I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna know the difference.
God.
I'm a
Daryl,
mean drunk, and
Daryl,
I'm cranky.
are you
Period.
really? You're mean drunk?
Yeah, I am. I'm happy for the maybe first hour, but then I don't know. I think everything. I just start thinking about everything, and it's not happy drinking anymore. That's why it's not fun. It's not fun to drink, and I've said this to myself every time I wake up in the morning. It's like, why do I do this to myself? I don't even enjoy it.
Yeah. No, especially when you wait and when you get a few days. Here's the thing: you forget what it feels like waking up hungover all the time and feeling like crap. And but eventually you're gonna like when you get a few more days, you're going, wow, I feel good.
Oh no, I woke up like that today. I was like, I am level-headed. It was just a different day for me, and I think it had to do with me starting to wanting to do it. Like I have a goal, and I want to show others that I can do it.
Yeah, just do it. In any kind of group. I just any kind of group where I didn't do a show Friday night and people were freaking the hell out. They thought one
Fell
lady
off
said
the wagon.
I stabbed her in the back because I didn't do a show, and oh jeez. But no, people thought that I would. I mean, I got text after text. Everybody's got my number here. Everyone in the group's got my number, and every most I got 20 texts. Man, are you okay? We're praying for you. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just filming. I'm okay. I kind of been ignoring my other job, so I got to give it some attention. Uh, but yeah, but this group is awesome in any kind of routine, and what we're going to figure out a way to even do it over the weekends, and maybe a different host doing sober talk on the weekends. Um,
Hmm.
and my friend Jeff Graham's going to start coming down and being in the studio. He's got a lot of experience. He leads a lot of he found the right meeting. He's like me. He's a cut up and everything, and he's involved with AA, really involved. And I think you may find the right meeting somewhere around you. Uh, so
Okay.
there it's worth a shot. You know, and usually they say what
Yeah, I'm willing to give anything.
they
Sorry, go ahead.
the old timers tell me. They go, if you don't like meetings, you just haven't found the right meeting. So
Yeah,
that's that. So um that's that's a thing. And
I'm
Paula,
gonna look into that. The Zoom that you said. The Zoom AA.
just Google Zoom AA, and it's really cool. I promise you. And you can go anywhere. You turn your video off, or it's got a virtual hand you can hit. I've been in my meeting going on 3 months now. Uh,
Hmm.
that I finally found the one I want. It's called the Early Worms in Kentucky, and where I live. And I've yet spoken. I've yet raised my hand. I raised my hand when it was 90 days. And when I had 90 days sober, I wasn't in the meetings. I was only in the meetings for like 2 months, and before that, I was anyway at the time. But I raised my hand, and they were all, Tom, that's great, And it was, and eventually I'll start going to the live. I want to go to this live meeting. Uh, you'll find something somewhere close to you, but you can go to a meeting 3 o'clock in the morning in China. It's pretty
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, and you can find them anywhere. You can find 'em in Mexico. There's all kinds of meetings all around the world.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I'll look into it for sure.
I got an app too on my phone, as that you might want to put on your phone. It's called my spiritual toolkit, and it tells you,
Mhm.
like, if I open it up, it tells me that I've been sober for 116 days. It has my daily reflection. I can hit it. I can tap it. The serenity prayer. I do this serenity prayer. It says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I
Mhm.
can, and wisdom to know the difference. So, I mean, I've known that my whole life. I never really read it. I never really got it. It's kind of like when you listen to a song. There's a song about Tequila Sunrise. It's another Tequila Sunrise. I've known that song since I was 8 years old, and it's about a guy waking up drinking tequila. And I didn't really, and I started listening to the words, and I know a lot about the Eagles, and he says, take another shot of courage. I was just a higher hand. He was working for Linda Ronstadt. So anyway, I'm saying, pay attention to some of these. I love Spiritual Toolkit because it has a thing called Unawakening, a prayer that you could do, and it talks about, remove, self pity, and the goal in your world to get is where you don't have the red in your world, and you're not one extreme or the other. You don't want to be insecure. That's where I'm at, or I'm just extremely cocky. I'm one or the other, and you want to get right there in the middle where you're just confident and you're content, and you don't care. I tell my kids stuff I've learned in meetings all the time. I think meetings are good for anybody. My daughter's worried about what someone thinks of her, and I go, no, no, don't worry about what people think of you. Worry about what you think of them. Don't judge your happiness by that, and don't depend on alcohol. And I tell my kids now, you may be an alcoholic. Have your kids? What's your oldest kid? What's your old?
Alejandra?
Yeah. What's your oldest kid?
Yeah, she's 28.
Oh, she's 20. Okay. Does she drink?
Yeah, but not like me.
Okay. You all think
Not
she's
even close.
good?
But
Good.
she does drink. Yeah.
Man, I really appreciate you sharing and being honest, and that I like to have you back on, and and text the group.
Yeah, give me some more days though.
Yeah, no,
I like to
but I
come
think it's
on when
important
I'm
that
like,
I think right now you got, you're by the end there's going to be about 10,000 people who watch this live, and they're going to hold you accountable, So, and
yeah,
they'll know when you're drinking and you're not drinking. So, well, man, thank you for telling your story, and thanks for letting me give you a call. This is awesome.
yeah, definitely. Are you still getting that haircut?
I get a haircut tomorrow at 2:30. Get my long. You don't like what's it with people in my hair? I got beautiful hair, long, luxurious, flowing hair. I had to put some just for men.
Well, there you go.
I got to tell you this. The other day, I knew I was going to go film, and my beard has a lot of gray in it, and it's calming
Oh
down a
God.
little bit. But I used some just for men on my beard, and boy, did it wow! It looked like El Conquistador. Like, hello there. It was jet black. It was hilarious. But yeah, tomorrow night you guys will see a new haircut on me. It's you're in for a treat. Yeah. So all right,
All right.
all right. Thank you. Reach out if you need anything.
Yeah, thank you, Tom.
All right. See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye.
So that was Ez and her better half joining in. He's supporting her, and uh, that's awesome. Yeah, if spouses out there, support your better half, or your partners or whatever. Definitely, um, you know, um, you know, find that groove that but don't sit there and just watch them waste years. Start out with an ultimatum. Pack 2 bags. Say, this is your bag. If you don't go to rehab, this is my bag. I'm leaving you. Do whatever you have to do. Shoot the damn tires out. Whatever you got to do to keep them from going to the bar. Don't take it. Don't take it. And if you are a spouse, check out an Al-Anon meeting. They have Zoom Al-Anon meetings. They'll tell you what you need to do and mistakes other people made while their better half were drinking and whatnot. So and you don't have to go in person. I never want my wife. My wife told me, I think I'm trying Al-Anon. I said, no, you're not. I'm in the public eye. You think you can't go out there? Oh, you're Tom Mabe's wife? No, you can't. That's bull. No, you can't. That's. And I was happy that she did an Al-Anon meeting in like Texas. So anyway, that's where it's all ego, it's all pride. It sucks. But it is something. They have hospitals for cancer patients. They have hospitals for people who have addiction issues. So if you need help, go get it. Let's read some comments here real quick before we hang up. Tom, maybe you got hair like Bon Jovi, brother. That's awesome. This is looks amazing, Tom. So, David Burnett. I want to get David. You around? Let's give David just a real quick call because I want to talk to him for a second. Let's see if you see my comments, but we got everything. Okay, let me see. All right, let's go. Bree, thank you. Bree Colfax, great show. Big thanks to all you callers for sharing
Hello.
your stories. Hey, David, what's going on, drunkie? You went out and fell off the wagon. Tell us about it.
Yeah, last night I did.
Did you get like real drunk,
Damn
or
it.
did you just have was it a dent, or did you total the car? That's a great
Oh,
analogy.
you're fun. You're funny as hell. Like I said, I had one shot and I had a dip.
You had a dent. So you had like a little. We use people who are just joining us. We use David and I use the analogy of a car. We started doing this like you restored this car from scratch. Knew everything from the chassis up, and you finally take it out, and we feel like I think like right you got a ding in your fender, but you don't have to start.
I had a small little dent like a shopping cart hit my car.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, my point is, you can't have many more of those. You can't have many of those, but don't like tonight. Well, hell, I had one last night. I could go ahead and drink tonight.
Oh,
Don't,
hell no. I'm done with that shit.
well, man, I hope so. There's a lot of people I know. There's people in this group who've been, in treatment 4 or 5 times, even more. So just
Whoa.
stick with it. Just stick. And I'm so proud.
I went to treatment.
Yeah.
I went to treatment 37 times for heroin. So,
Wow.
I mean,
It finally stuck. It finally took though, right? Something.
Oh,
worked.
yeah. Yeah, it definitely works. I've been clean off heroin for, what is it, almost 8 years now.
Wow. Good. So now.
Yeah, and like last night, I talked to you. I told you. I texted you and I told on myself.
Yeah, that's great. And Ez just did the same thing. I'm so happy for her.
I took one shot of Jägermeister.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't even taste good. It tasted like crap. I mean, usually I love Jaeger, but before I even ordered food, I had a dip. I had to go. Because they kept drinking. All my friends kept drinking. I'm like, you know what? I got to go home. I got things I got to take care of. You guys have fun. I'll see you at work tomorrow.
Well, good. Well, I just don't. My concern when people have a dent in the car, I feel like the next night they want to go ahead and try it again and see. Well, that one tasted bad. Let me have another. Let me have 3 shots of Jaeger. Then I'll get that. I'll get that feeling back. I'll get used to that taste.
I'm kind of glad what happened tonight is because, I told you what happened at the car wash. We had some equipment break down. I had to fix it.
Yeah.
And you caught me. I'm in my bathing suit right now on my way down to my hot tub.
Nice. Take pictures. Give us a little something. Post in the group.
I will do that. But
yeah.
that actually kept me busy tonight, so I didn't think about it. I was knee deep in grease and everything else.
Yeah.
I came home, took a hot shower. I'm going down to the jacuzzi now. That's cool.
Nice. Well, brother, congrats to you. I'm happy that you're 9 days.
I didn't expect your call, and honestly, I didn't expect your call tonight because I told you I couldn't talk. But as soon as you knew I was home, you called me.
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you were commenting. I was reading. I was multitasking here, and I got to tell the group something here. I felt really bad when I was talking to Ez on the phone. I something she, I just did an inappropriate joke at the most inopportune time. I broke off to something funny, and I just waiting for her to react. And I think she was crying, and I'm over trying to be funny and stuff. That I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm special. I'm an idiot savant without the savant part. You guys heard me say that before.
No, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot too. I joke around so much. I make the wrong jokes at the wrong times.
Yeah, well,
it is what it is. I mean,
well, yeah, and that's
then
why
I
they talk
apologize for it.
You
I feel bad for it.
But sometimes we just constantly, like I used to apologize. The apology was worse than whatever I was actually apologizing for. Like, dude, just shut up already. It's over with.
Yeah, shut your mouth.
Are you mad? You're not mad at me, are you? It's that alcoholic in us. We need constant reassurance, It's just like
that we didn't hurt somebody else.
Or maybe it's just our ego. It's like I remember when a big producer wouldn't call me back from LA, and I finally get through to the producer's assistant, and the assistant, Tom, he's in the hospital. He's in a bad car wreck. I'm like, thank God. I thought he was mad at me. I'm more worried about my feelings, and that's part of the, that's true. It sucks. I'm trying to rewire my brain. Carl's helping me with that.
Thank you, Carl. Wow.
Yeah, that's. But no, it's. Well, brother, thank you so much, and we'll talk with you soon. And yeah, I'm glad you just put a little ding in the car. But I
did want to bring something. I did want to bring something else up.
Go ahead, please do.
I had a customer, my usual customer. He's a request of mine. He's like a private client.
Yeah.
Comes in since I can't wash his cars my son used to wash his cars at his house.
Yeah.
This guy came in and gave me over $1,000 tonight. Or today.
Wow.
Yeah.
And,
to help my son.
Oh, that's great.
I can't mention his name. He wants to be anonymous. So, yeah.
Well,
I washed 2 of his vehicles. I mean, he has badass cars and trucks. But they're wrapped. They're like, I forget what they call them, but they're wrapped. They're wrapped.
Yeah, they wrap them in.
So you have to. It's like pistol black or something they call it.
Yeah, it's called flat paint. But we can talk about that off air. Let's save that for another conversation.
All right.
Sober talk, stupid. Come on, I'm teasing with you. Well, brother, congrats. Don't do it again. I'm glad. A big.
So do I have to? Honestly, do I have to start counting over again? Since I took one shot last night.
No, yeah. Oh, you mean for the not to be on the show?
No, I mean for personally.
You know what? I don't think so. That's my point. Now if you do it 2 or 3 nights in a row, or 2 or 3 nights in the next week, yeah, you got to start from scratch, and you got that first step. You got to go. I'm powerless. You got to admit it again. Remind yourself about that. But there's different trains of thoughts of that. I don't think you got to total the whole car because you put a little ding in the fender.
I'm sure Carl is gonna send me a message after this.
Yeah, Carl will definitely
let me know what's going on.
Yeah. So, all right, guys.
All right, Tom.
Well, man, thanks for coming in. I'm glad you got that money, and the guy sounds like a real angel. So, all right, see you, brother.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
So there you go, guys. You watched another episode of Sober Talk. That was episode 50. Jeff Graham's going to be coming down this week, hopefully. If you want to see our podcast or hear our podcast, go to SoberTalkLive.com. SoberTalkLive.com. You can find our YouTube channel. You can find our Facebook page, which you already know where that is. If you want to become a supporter of the show, you can do that as well. All right, love you guys. Thanks, bye.